Morning. Today you join us at Linear Fisheries on the Float Lake.
It's June the 16th, Mark.
It's June the 16th.
Meant to be on the rivers.
We had planned to go to the river.
Bit of a change in plan, wasn't there?
Yeah, we thought that the rivers are very low, the water's very warm, oxygen levels aren't going to be the best, so we thought we'll leave them alone until we get a bit of rain and a bit more water back in them, really.
Sensible thinking, I think.
We hope.
But I'm sat down, so don't worry.
So we're on plan B.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful day already, isn't it?
It
I
is.
think it's set to be like 25 plus degrees, but we got the pellet waggler with us.
We have.
Feeder, nice little corner of a lake as well. So we fished this a couple of times, but we're normally on the opposite side when we come down, aren't we?
We are, and we fished it through the winter, through some pretty horrible weather, so it'd be nice to see how it fishes in comparison today, really.
It's the first time we've actually fished it in the summer months,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
So first time in sort of mid-year.
Yeah, so we're going to try and approach it with a hybrid feeder, which is our normal approach on here, but we're also going to try the pellet waggler today as well, because there is some fish moving about.
Seen a few hundred, Mark.
A few hundred.
So we're saying it at the start of this vlog, there's absolutely no excuses not to catch today, regardless to what we come up with later when we're at 3 o'clock and still not caught anything. But no, I'm sure we'll have some fun anyway, mate.
I think we will. It looks good for it. So yeah, we're going to
He hasn't let me cast out yet either.
No.
He's like, we've got to do the intro. I'm like, got to catch a carp, Mark. He's like, no, got to do the intro. I'm like,
definitely.
Right. We've got that done now. Can we fish?
We certainly can. Let's do it. Let's get these rods out, and we'll update you all soon.
See you in a bit.
Well, it's been a slow day for us so far. Switching between the pellet waggler and the feeder. It's 3 each so far. This is the latest fish to grace the net. Very, very welcome. It's just after midday and it's number 6.
Hopefully more to follow, mate.
Definitely. This one was taken on hybrid feeder, seafood expander mix and a little sherbet boosted barrel doing the business today so far.
Very nice.
And as Steve says, hopefully we can get in amongst a few more now.
Talk to me, Mark. This can be our little midday update right now. What have we done? What have we learned?
It didn't quite turn out to be the fish fest that we hoped it was going to be.
So the first couple of hundred fish we see on the surface that look game for it didn't quite.
We got 2 very quick bites. You had a fish first cast on the feeder. I had a fish on the feeder first cast. You had one on the pellet waggler. You had another quick bite on the pellet waggler. And then that was it.
And I was working my little tushy off as well, Mark.
Yeah, the pellet waggler just hasn't done what we thought it would do today. So we, about 40 minutes ago, changed over to a zig, a 4-foot zig. And this is our 3rd fish.
So what are we going to do with that second rod, Mark?
We are going to switch it to a ziggaroo.
And see if we can increase our numbers. Well, we've had, was it 11 bites now?
11 bites, yeah.
So we're slowly redeeming ourselves after giving it large, or not you so much, me. Giving it large about, it should be a relatively easy day, mate.
Well, it did look that way, didn't it, to be fair? And we really thought that constant feeding over the waggler would have got those fish competing, and it just hasn't been the one today. So
it's been pretty still, flat, hot, and it's like 20 plus degrees again, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've tied a couple of zigs up. This rod's been, like I say, for about 40 minutes. This is our 3rd bite. So we're going to switch both rods over to the zigs now and
2 to 2 zigs and see if we can up our game.
Yeah, definitely. See what the afternoon brings.
Well, it's gone 3 o'clock now, and if I look hot and bothered, it's because I am. It's been absolutely grueling. But perseverance is slowly paying off. let me pan you around as Mark is playing another fish. What's going on, Mark?
Not an awful lot, but we got another one on the zigs. Bit of rescue session really, Steve.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Didn't go the way we planned today, but change of tactic.
You mean nice and easy and quarter shed load? Or...
Well, pellet waggler and hybrid feeders was our sort of chosen method, wasn't it?
That is true.
Didn't quite work out like that. Changed to zigs this afternoon has got us a few more fish. Sorry, take it all over the place.
Mark's concentrating as the carp's going through the rushes over there.
We haven't had enough fish on today, Steve, to lose any, have we?
No, don't shake him off, Mark. It's almost at the stage of crying if that happens. You got to watch Mark with the landing net pole because he just beasts you with it. Not too bad a fish, sir.
No, it'll do.
What foot zig's that? 5, 6?
That's one of the shorter ones, Steve. That's a 4 foot, that one.
Ooh, cheeky.
Here we go.
Result. I don't know how long's left. I think we've got probably another hour less than.
No, not even that.
We haven't even got an hour left, so we're probably on last casts. So I better get the rod back out there and maybe be able to nick one myself before we call it a day. But yeah, change to the zigs, little 4 foot. We've had a few on 5. Bits of foam in the Betalin. Seems to have saved the day. Certainly not what we expected when we got here. And I definitely shouldn't have shouted it large saying it would be easy when I've seen hundreds of carp either. So, lesson learned. We shall hopefully have one last fish to show you before we wrap this session up.
So as you can see, it's the end of the session. The kit's all back in the van.
We've both got a sweat on.
We have got a sweat on.
Long trek around, wasn't it, with the gear? It felt like 40 odd bloody degrees today, but I'm sure it wasn't that hot, but 25 something, I think.
Definitely,
mate.
yeah, definitely a hot one. Didn't quite turn out the flyer we thought it was going to be this morning.
No, we definitely, obviously, as mentioned at the start, you know, there's hundreds of fish across the surface. Within the first hour or so, they pretty much dispersed, didn't they? And then it was tough and slim pickings from there, really.
It was. We tried various methods, but couldn't really get them going. We'd pick off the odd fish.
With a method feeder, that's normally our go-to, mate. We've had our best hit down here, like 50 odd bites in a day. Pretty much failed us today, didn't it?
It did. We even changed swims at lunchtime. We went to the other side of the lake, where we'd seen a few fish moving. Decided to change to zigs and had 8 fish on the zigs in the end.
Between 4 and 5 foot, most of them.
Yeah, so ended with 14 bites for the day, which I think, to be honest, considering the conditions... At the start
you'd be like, well, I was probably hoping for 20, 30 fish, but an hour, 2 hours in, struggling for bites, we were like, yeah, no, definitely take that. We had to work hard for that today, didn't we, mate?
We did, but it, you know, had another day on the bank, another day's fishing.
Managed to do a mini vlog, so hopefully it's I know it's not the most in-depth one that we've done, but we will persevere and hopefully have a better one for you next time.
But definitely, you know, it showed again. We came this morning with a bit of a preconceived plan that we were going to have a bit of a day pellet waggler versus hybrid feeder. Just didn't work on either, really, so Zig to the rescue, really.
Adapt and overcome, mate.
Definitely, we'll take that, won't we?
Make the most of it.
And we'll see you all on the next one.
Tight lines.